this study consists of property managers that managing shopping complex in Terengganu State, while the aim and objective of this study is to identify the criterion of a competent property manager and to measure the competency of property manager in Terengganu State. Next is research methodology. This study was using quantitative approach. There were two sources of data used in this study, which is primary data and secondary data. Primary data includes of the questionnaire distributed to respondents, while secondary data came from previous study, such as journal, to support the findings of primary data. The sampling of this study includes of 36 of property managers from each of shopping complex in Terengganu State that also being as chosen respondent for this study. Next is data analysis that using statistical package for social science software. In this part, all of key items in questionnaires distributed to respondents will be collected and analyzed. For first section of questionnaire consists of demographic profile of respondents and all of data gained in this section such as gender, district, years of experience and others will be analyzed specifically. Second section is criterion of competency as property manager. In this section, all criterion of competency will be listed in Likert skill style and respondents are required to rank the important criteria needed for a competent property manager based on their opinion. This section will answer objective 1 of this study, which is to identify the criterion of a competent property manager. Third section is level of competency of respondents as property manager. This section will contain the questions in forms of situations that been derived from previous section, which is criterion of competency as property manager. This section required respondents to answer the questions based on their usual routine practice at their workplace. Hence, this section will show the skills and performance of respondents simultaneously answer the objective 2 of the study, which is to measure the competency of property manager in managing shopping complex in Terengganu State. Next is findings or results. Here, the table shows the rank of criterion of competency chosen by respondents in descending order, start from the most important criterion to least important criterion. As we can see here, the most important criterion chosen by respondents was skill, most probably due to element of skills needed as competent property manager, especially skills in time management, planning and organizing, and other related skills. While the least important criterion chosen by respondents is motivation, probably due to most of property manager that actually already motivated. According to the respondents, they believe if they are waiting for outside world to satisfy their psychological needs, they need to be waiting for a very long time. That's why most of them already well prepared with their own sufficient motivation. However, result shows that most of respondents agreed and strongly agreed with all criteria stated, and most of respondents has most of criteria needed as a competent property managers. Conclusion and recommendation. The first objective, which is to identify the criterion of competency as property manager, was successfully achieved through the literature review from journals, and to strengthen the data accuracy, a questionnaire on the criterion of competency also has been distributed, and overall respondents give major agree on the listed element, which includes skills, training and education, knowledge, leadership, communication and motivation. The second objective also has been achieved through the analysis of the questionnaire distributed to the selected respondents, which is to measure the competency of property manager in Terengganu State, and major response show that most of respondents dominated the criterion of competency and can be classified as competent property manager. However, A continuous practice to be a competent property manager still need to be practiced from time to time to improve the performance of a property manager itself.